Hi Pisces. I apologize again for the last videos where there was a smoke. It is definitely energetic, but it's also technical. So Pisces, I'm testing a new battery camera, but I have other ways that I will be able to make the videos happen without glitches in the future. So do bear with me, and I also want to take this opportunity to thank the people that have been donating and that I haven't been able to reach out to because there was no email. So to you that has been really supporting me, thank you so much. All of you are wonderful. Your presence, your comments, your feedback means the world to me. So if you weren't here, I would not be here. So thank you again. Pisces, I think you got it. There's a shift today in the energetic field. There is a definite rising. And your spread here, you have revelation, you have God, you have healing, you have the alchemist, the manifester, and that's what we've been talking about, Pisces. This feeling cracked open when you have reached rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Look. And this is so true, because when everything is going right and you're just feeling good, why would there be any pressure to seek, to go further, deeper, and question oneself? When we are comfortable, why would we change the status quo? Why would we be pushed to go beyond ourselves? So this feeling that is very uncomfortable of perhaps not feeling whole or safe. There's a sense of feeling like at any point, if you're not centered, that you could drop, or you could really get unsettled. This sense of security that is lacking. And that is exactly what all humans, right, are seeking for. You know, a sense of what can I hold on to? People, situations, job. What can I hold on to that makes me feel safe? It could be patterns, habits, because that makes us feel like we're okay, right? That there is a sense of logic or knowing, when really we don't know much, right, Pisces? We are in the midst of infinite possibilities and infinite knowledge, and there's so much that we are not aware of. You know, we use 5% of our brain. The connections that are available to us with other beings, other galaxies, with the light, illumination is grandiose, and we limit ourselves because we are afraid. And when we are faced, when the universe gives us this opportunity to be faced with huge suffering, tragedy, it could be external, but it could be also solely internal. feeling completely, perhaps for others for no reason, but feeling like there's no way, emotion that you can feel okay. And that is where you start to question the emotion itself, life itself, your mission itself, your life, why you're here. And this cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life is the door to go beyond all of it. And today there's a sense of feeling actually the presence of divine, and that it's completely enveloping our energetic field. It is here. And this is the revelation, you Pisces. You have Lacey, revelation. You're getting to that point where this port of light, she glides and wings through time and space. You are entering it. You are surrendering to it. Very, very spiritual today. Chariot of Ascension, spiritual work of the higher initiate. This is where you're going, Pisces. This is what you're destined to be and do this lifetime, because you're an empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. And that's where you have your responsibility, is to protect this energetic field. Water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. Finding those spaces, those moments alone, finding the balance in your life. Sometimes we need certain routines in the morning, especially they can be anxiety in the morning, and the only way to get out of that is to get out of the mind and start moving your body. Go and eat a little bit, because when you don't eat, there's more anxiety that rises up. Simple things like that. Start doing a little bit of yoga and breathing without, even if you feel completely very heavy and stressed for no reason. Just start, and you'll see how when it feels like there's no way out, like we were saying yesterday, where there's just depression and feeling completely limited, start, because here, this creativity, this flowing river is available to you, Pisces. Your life is a canvas. Artist, manifestation, creative accountability. It's your time here, flower of life, Pisces. Divine creativity and manifestation. So as you nourish yourself, especially when you feel, you're not hungry, that's also signs of, not feeling safe. It's utmost stress, internal stress that other people can't see. But again, you are this empathic starseed. You're absorbing also what's not yours, energies that are not yours. And if you are in a situation with someone, you might also be absorbing that. And it could be your family also, if you have to deal with your family or stuff like that, that can bring anxiety, negativity. And it is not an easy task, Pisces. But there's a definite shift happening. There's a definite hardship that I want you to know, Pisces, that beyond this tunnel, there is truly light. And this is gonna fade out. This contraction is gonna fade out if you surrender. You have the wounded healer here. Yes, you are, Pisces. The wounded healer has to have been wounded, because the healer is the alchemist from suffering. It alchemizes this suffering into light, into healing. And if there was no suffering, there will be no alchemization. There will be no way to reach the light. And so again, this duality of this world, there would be no light if there was no darkness. There would be no darkness if there was no light. There would be no problem if there was no solution. There would be no solution if there was no problem, right? So continue your prayer. You have prayer feather here. Continue this purification. Sweat lodge, Mexican sweat lodge. This is, we call it temescal as well, where it's an enclosed sort of teepee, usually in stone and round like this, and you enter the ceremony where there are very, very hot stones that when you enter there, it's like a sauna, but there's a ritual, there's songs, there's actual healing that takes place through sweating, and you can, without taking anything, just through the sweating and staying there. At one point you feel like you can't breathe, but actually when you feel you can't breathe, like right now, you feel you can't live, you can't continue, there's a pop out. There is a way that is found to breathe without breathing. And it's the most beautiful transcendental experience, Pisces. When you reach that bottom, when there's like, you can't go anymore, that's where you actually, something within you, a presence goes. And that's the magic, Pisces. You are closing a chapter. You have the Spirit Keeper of the West here, a sunset. There is a beautiful, warm feeling that is going to come from this particular period of time, Pisces. And it is definitely a rebirth. You have Renacimiento here, Isis. When you accept the situation radically, the feeling, when you stick with it without judging it, the heavy feeling, the heavy emotion, you just stay there. You don't indulge in it because you don't judge it, you don't victimize yourself. You just stay there. And you're going to start to feel that there is a presence, a stillness that can see this within you, that can feel it, but it is not identified with it. So it is, in a certain way, not you, not the reality of you, the permanence of you. It is passing, and you will see as you stay longer with it, that it actually disappears and it transforms itself. So this is about exploring your internal field. It's about learning more about yourself, going deeper. Now you got here Dios, God, benevolence and compassion, recognizing the strength, the eternal strength that exists in your internal field and in others. So it's really harnessing this force that is bigger than yourself, right? And here we have, those are archetypes, and you have the aspect that is of light and the aspect that is darker, so this duality that we talked about. And when you are, we always need to find this equilibrium and balance and not let ourselves go too much to an extreme, right? Especially, in the spiritual field as well, that can happen. Here, we don't want to become cruel because we don't want to use this newfound strength to control other people, because sometimes when we find this unlimited, infinite power within ourselves and presence, there can be, a tendency to become arrogant or control other people. And when you see more than others, when you are deeper than others, you can actually start to see clearly what other people are and how can you could actually manipulate and use those people if your heart is not pure. So this is just a reminder. But most of all here, what I see is to be recognizing this force that is tremendous, this energy that is tremendous within ourselves. The alchemist here, you're able to transform any suffering into wisdom. Here with the healer, it's a passion to serve the others by restoring the body, the mind, and the spirit. A capacity to help transform the suffering into healing. And now here as well, the aspect that is darker, Pisces, is that sometimes when one is not able to take care of themselves, they say, okay, I'm a healer, I'm going to help others. But that's an attachment to healing others because there's an incapacity to help oneself. So we need to be very careful as a healer, right? So that's where the empathic starseed comes in, where we need to make sure that we are sane within ourselves, and that is how we help others naturally. There's no extreme imbalance that happens when we don't nourish ourselves because we can't do that, and it's easier for us to help others. That becomes a problem. And that also is the same thing in relationships here. You have the lover. So that could be in your situation right now, but they're talking about enormous passion and devotion, which is beautiful. It's also a spiritual practice to devote yourself, to love someone unconditionally beyond yourself, but it cannot become obsessive and autodestructive, Pisces, where you are so lacking within yourself that you give everything to the others. So there's always this balance that needs to be found here, Pisces. But really, at the end of the day here, Pisces, you are awakening to that presence. There is a definite revelation here. There is going beyond yourself, and at this time, let it flow. Let it clarify itself when it comes to your life. Just surrender to beyond, and let the magic take over you. Okay, let it take over you. You're changing, you're transforming, you're alchemizing. It's most beautiful. You're purifying a lot here. You're healing a lot. Just let yourself be created. Let yourself manifest. And remember always that every single moment there is only light, there is only love, and there's only magic that occurs. Don't let your personal suffering block the reality of what is. Okay, Pisces? So I hope this was helpful. I hope there's no smoke here, and I will see you tomorrow. Please do take care. I love you. Bye-bye.